Where do I bloody start? Bradford City 0, Harrogate Town 3. Welcome back to another match reaction, and welcome back to another Bradford City weekend that has been a humiliating one, an embarrassing one, and I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say anymore, but I hadn't already said the last game, and the game before that, and then the game before that, and then maybe a few months ago as well. We keep going on bad runs. We have had good ones this season. That's why we're not going to go down, and I can say that with confidence because you're looking at Forest Green, Sutton, Colchester, one of those having to win all their games left, and us having to lose them all. And I do think we well could lose all our games left. I can't see our next win. I can't see where it's going to come from, to be honest with you. We've got 7 games left. I can't wait for them to be over. I wish I could forfeit the season or sim to the end of it and then look towards the summer. I can't look forward to the summer. There's nothing to look forward to in this football club. Maybe looking forward to having a relegation battle next season where we hopefully stay up, because I can't see anything else. I can't see anything else. I'm Stevie Wonder. I'm completely blind to seeing any future for Bradford City that's a positive one, because there's no structure in place. I'll tell you now, we'll sack Graham Alexander by the end of the season. Whether it's at the end of the season like we did with Truman and Sellers, where we think, is there any long-term future? Is it on a downward slope? Is there any momentum? No, we'll get rid of you. Or whether it's tonight, tomorrow morning, or Monday morning, he will not be Bradford City manager at the start of next season. I can tell you that right now, because there's no momentum going into it. The football is absolutely terrible. It really is. You see no pattern of play. It's a Super Bowl to Andy Cook. He fights for a centre back, gives up in the fight, or might win the header, but then there's no one near him to win the second ball. I don't think the players look particularly interested, and it will get told tonight that I can't fault the effort, the character. Well, then it's a quality thing, like I said last week, and I know I'll probably be repeating myself every week, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of talking about it, to be honest with you, as much as you're sick of listening to it. But we'll get told about that. It's not a character thing. Well, if it isn't a character thing, then let me know what it is, because if it's quality or if it's performance related, then that's on you, Graham, and that's only you can turn that around. And I think a lot of it is on him. The team selection is absolutely baffling. It's so baffling. I can't believe it. If Kelly wasn't injured, which I can't see how he was, because he came on for 30 minutes and he was on the bench, so he must have been fit enough to start. We heard nothing about it in the pre-match stuff. Ridehouse starts ahead of him. That has to be that man's last football match in League Two and for Bradford City. If he plays another match for Bradford City, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to go to another game. I can't watch another game of Liam Ridehouse. He's so bad. But there's players who I've watched who I think, God, how's he a footballer? Liam Ridehouse is on a whole nother level. He's just useless. It's absolutely shocking. I mean, he's at fault for the first goal. I don't even know what he's trying to do. He comes darting out of his position, don't put a tackle in, and stands there, lets a cross come in because he's been done. Consistently he got bullied against their striker. I don't think he scored yet for Harrogate in 20 odd games or something ridiculous. Got bullied by him, and he's about a dwarf as well, Mr. maybe 5'9" or so. Absolutely ridiculous and terrible from Liam Rideout yet again. But I'm not going to single it out, although I just have, because he was just on another level. But the whole 10 players, maybe apart from Sam Walker, who didn't have a lot to do, but when he did stop the ball from going out of the back of the net. The other ones, he can't prevent his centre back from putting the ball in the back of the net. That's his own goal. He can't stop a penalty because it's a 50% chance of that. And the other one, it's a diving header from, again, your centre back getting absolutely bullied by their man, and it's petty. It's absolutely petty defending. It's terrible. It's shambolic. It's disgraceful. It's shocking. I can't believe it. It's and to be honest with you, apart from a stupid handball from Halliday, I don't know what he was trying to do. He stopped the ball dead. It's a clear penalty. The ref did well to spot it, in fairness to him. Again, I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know what's going on there. So you have that goal, which is, again, it's a stupid mistake. You've got Oyegoki putting the ball into the back of the net when he could easily just kick out for a throw-in, but the useless idiot decides to put it in his own goal. I don't know how you can be that bad to do that, because there wasn't a lot of pace on it. It wasn't like it were a quick decision. He must be slow. and he's quick on the football pitch, so you know what slow I'm on about, because how he can do that, I don't have a bleeding clue. Literally just an easy tap out for a goal kick, for a corner, sorry. And like I say, Josh Marsh's goal got absolutely bullied, did Oyegoke, and a couple of mistakes from the left hand side to allow an easy cross. 3 simple errors that have led to that defeat. That's the only way I can see that we've lost that game, because we didn't do enough in our attacking areas up against them. They were really good defensively, quite solid. We couldn't break them down at all. But it's another goal given away in the early stages. I mean, it's the 21st minute, so I can't add it to my tally of goals conceded before the 20th minute mark, but I can add it to the tally of games where we haven't come back from behind. I'll just add to it now then. We've gone 1-0 down now in 21 games this season, and have only claimed 11 points from losing positions this season. That is absolutely shambolic, and I'll add to that on Friday, because no doubt, that'll just get worse. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even shocked. I'm not that angry, and I'm in disbelief. But I've just said I'm not surprised, and that's the stupid thing. It's like, I'm not surprised if we get battered, but then at the same time I think, well, how's that happened then? Why is this happening? Because I'm getting shown parts. I'm getting teased. It's like, it's like a dog when you're giving a dog a treat. You keep giving it a treat, and then you pull it away. And it's still like huffing and smiling with its tongue out, and then you pull it back in, and then you pull it back away, and it starts to just look at you like that, as if to say, what are you doing? Why are you pulling me in and then pulling me back off? And that's exactly what's happening. I'm getting shown 4-0 VMK Dons, a win against Wrexham away. We beat bottom of the league in Sutton. I thought maybe we've turned a corner, maybe we can beat these teams at home. And then we go and lose to Forest Green. We get absolutely pumped by Mansfield 5-1, get absolutely bashed by Notts County 3-0 at home, and then when I think, well, we're away from home, they're terrible at home, they're on a bad one since they got mauled by Mansfield. Maybe we can turn it around. If we can't show up in a derby, then when will we? And we get embarrassed by Harrogate Town and the tea ladies. I mean, what's going on? What is going on? I'm bewildered, and I'm sick of it. And like I say, I'm sick of talking about the football club, because it's the same every week. I can only say so much what's wrong about the football club and why it can't get right. We've got no structure. Like I said earlier, you sack Alexander, who comes in? Who comes in and who turns it around? Because the season's gone. You've got to look for next season. I'm seeing Stuart McCall all over my timeline. I think, what's going on here? Has he been hacking into everyone's Twitter accounts and trying to get himself a job? Because, yeah, I love Stuart McCall. Obviously the player, the man, the manager, what he did in that second spell. But the third spell, we nearly went down. And he didn't have a good squad. He had a lot of youth players. It was in COVID. There's excuses to why it didn't work out, but it didn't work out. He's not done an awful lot away from City for that second time. The only way Stuart McCall comes back into his football club is an assistant manager to Paul Eckingbottom. And Paul Eckingbottom's not going to drop 4 divisions to come to a basket case of a club that's got no direction, no structure in it. And then, away from that as well, who's going to want to come to his football club? Back in November, when we appointed Graham Alexander, who was the best option, who wanted to come to the football club, because David Artell turned us down. Whether you look at him and go, Grimsby ain't going well, that's because he took over when it wasn't going well, and he needs a pre-season. You could say Graham Alexander needs a pre-season, but we're getting absolutely smashed out the park like Ben Stokes in the Ashes. It's just going into the stands at every opportunity, and that's what's happening to us with the balls going out of play, but also the balls going into the back of the net. It's absolutely embarrassing. Danny Cowley again. Danny Cowley and Nicky Cowley turned us down in November. They're at Colchester. You look at them and you go, they're not doing well. They've got loads of games in hand. They've had loads of games called off. And again, if they stay up, they might come in the playoffs next season, because they're that type of a team. If they go down, they'll come straight back up, because that's what they are. They're brilliant managers, and they've come into a football club on the way down. And like I say, they'll probably stay up. They've got a good point today against Mansfield, and we got absolutely humiliated against Mansfield. Who else turned us down? Carl Robinson as well, gone to Salford. He'll turn it around next season. Brilliant manager, turned us down. There's so many managers that have turned us down recently, but go through and they were the only public ones, I'll add as well. There's so many who have turned us down before. The only managers who will come in are young managers who have just come out of the game or just coming into the managerial game from the lower levels, who want that next step. They'll want to come, or you've got your Mark Hugheses or maybe Alexanders, who are experienced managers who are blinded by what's going on in the background. But you must be thick to not understand that. Credit to the fans that went, and credit to the fans that were chanting for the ownership change as well. Sparks out, Lup out, I think we're going on, which is great to see because there's been too much talk and no action. You know, we need that, and it's got to start Friday. You know, we need to come together. We need a direction on the off-field pitch, in the club, but also with the fan base as well, to try and target the club in the best way possible, going about it professionally and not just aimlessly. You know, forget about the tennis balls, that were never going to work, because you need a big fan base that are willing to go and do that, and that's never going to happen. We need to go about it a sensible way, but the right way, and hopefully we can find a way to target that. But we need a bit of direction. We need a bit of that, and we need someone to, you know, grab the bull by the horns and hopefully try and get the fans together to get them away from the football club, because it is a slow demise of Bradford City. It really is, because like I said, next season, oh great, yeah, we're going to win the league. You know, we're going to have a leaner and meaner squad. You know, we've recruited really well. We've got a competitive squad with a competitive budget. All that flipping nonsense that we get fed every year, which is just blatant lies, and I can't be bothered with it no more. Heads need to roll. Heads won't roll unless it's Alexander, because the cowards, they will. Ryan Sparks, pressure comes onto him. What does he do? He presses the easy button and gets rid of his manager. And you know, you look at the successful football clubs at the minute across DFL and, you know, the Premier League. They've stuck with their managers through good and bad. I mean, even look at us with Phil Parkinson. There was a spell he had where he lost 1 in 20. I think that was 15-16. He might have lost 1 in 20. 1 in 20, sorry. And we still came in the playoffs that season. 2011-12, we nearly went relegated. We nearly got relegated. I think we won 3 out of our last 6 games in that season, kept his job, and then we had the history makers season. You know, if we do ride this out with Alexander, next season could be better. I don't think it would be though, because I hadn't seen anything from these last 4 games, and these last 4 games have been pretty telling, considering we've had an aggregate score of what, 13-1, is it? That's unacceptable, no matter which way you look at it, whether it's on the players, whether it's on the managers, whether it's on the recruitment of the players, physios even, because for me those players look unfit. I tweeted it just after they scored the Marsh goal, 20th minute. I put, these players can only play for 10 minutes. You know, we concede, lose what we want to do, we get tired, then heads drop. Before you know it, you're 3-0 down, as though I predicted that. It wasn't the hardest prediction I'll ever make. Then we circle around the same roundabout. The people in the driver's seat haven't got a clue, but at least we haven't drove off a cliff. And that, I mean, I don't like blowing my trumpet, but I think that's pretty accurate. I think, you know, we're happy to go around the roundabout consistently. You know, no one speaks up about why we're driving around the same roundabout, but we haven't drove off a cliff, so at least we're not dead in the car. It's ridiculous. You know, we need to pull off the roundabout and get onto a motorway and actually start driving towards wherever the destination is, and the destination's League One, but we're never going to get towards that. You know, the alternative is driving towards the cliff, and I think that's where we're heading towards the ocean, and it's choppy shores out there, and we don't know what's going to go on, and it's dangerous times, it's worrying times, because I can't see nothing to buy me into this football club, and a lot of people can't. And as for the season tickets thing, yeah, it's going to be worrying numbers. It's going to be below 10,000, and that for this football club, where it's been, where we're heading, where we are now, that's nowhere near. That's nowhere near good enough, and that's nowhere near what we are. And I can't blame anyone who ain't gonna get their season tickets. And you know, that I know people who aren't gonna, because that's the reality of what's going on. People can't buy into this. People can't buy into getting humiliated and embarrassed, but no one can buy into no project, no one can buy into no vision, no structure in the football club, no effort in the football club. You've got no desire in the football club, no ambition in the football club. I'm talking across the whole board here, you know, even as far back as the fans, because the fans is the last thing, and they're falling apart now. You know, can we be bothered to do a protest? Can we be bothered to voice our opinions? Can we be bothered? Because we're not seeing anyone else be bothered in the football club, you know, and it's just it's just a shame. It's just a sad shame to where this football club's gone, and you know, I'm sort of in the situation where you have to laugh or else you'll cry, and you know that's all I can do about it, because there's much more serious things going on than getting upset about Bradford City losing. You know, yeah, it'll get me down for a couple of days, but then I'll realise, oh well, it's just a football club, innit, and we're tied to it. I always compare it to a religion. You know, you're Christian, but if you start losing belief in God or whatever your religion is, you stop believing in whatever it is. I'm not religious, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it all. But if you stop believing in the core thing of the religion and the beliefs of it, then you're not going to go to church anymore. And if I stop believing in the football club, the managers, the players giving effort and quality, the managers producing the players to do that and to put them in the right system, select the right players, recruit the right players, and the recruitment team to put those players in, and the CEO to recruit the right head of recruitment and the right infrastructure into a football club, and to make it the best team in League Two, to get us out of the division, and then the ownership to overlook all that and to see that everything's going smoothly, he's got all the right people in the right places, and that we can be successful. If you can't say any of that and you just see clowns all over the place running around making a mockery of the football club every match day, then you start to lose belief, and when your belief's gone, you don't go. And a lot of people have already fallen into that category of they don't believe in, so they're not going, and I don't blame them one slight bit. The player ratings, I'll save you all time, and I'm not going to do them, because every single player out there was useless. Every single player out there didn't put enough quality in and enough effort in. Like I said, I think it's a fitness reason why there's not a lot of effort in, because the first 10 minutes we look like a decent side, of a pressing high, we're making them make mistakes, we're getting a couple of chances, but then it just fades into an oblivion, and I don't know where it goes. It's just a big black hole, and we never pull ourselves out of the hole, and we just get stuck in it, and then we ride the storms. No, we don't ride the storms, and then we go and get battered, and that something has to be done about that. But like I say, I think Alexander won't last the season, but I don't think he'll last the weekend. I think I said if we concede more than two to if we lose by more than two to Harrogate, I think there's no excuse but for him to go, because then the aggregate score from the last 4 games is absolutely embarrassing. And many managers have done worse, but even Mark Hughes, I mean, the reverse fixture, everyone wanted him sacked then, to that Harrogate 1-1 draw. Everyone were Hughes out then. That was the turning point for Hughes, where he lost a lot of the majority, and it became a majority of Hughes out. I'd love to watch that football match back, and to be able to be in that stadium again, and to change. Well, I want Hughes out, but I think a lot of people would change their mind now and say we need to trust the process. Maybe we'd look back on the same with Alexander, but I can't think of a worse one we've ever been on in our history. There will be one, but I can't think of one in recent times anyway. And we've had a lot of trouble these last 20 years, and we've had greatness in the last 20 years, but we've had a lot of trouble on and off the pitch. And I can't think of a worse one than 2-0 to bottom of the league, 5-1 the next Saturday, 3-0 then to a team that only won once in the new year. And then in a derby match, whatever you want to call it, it's not a rivalry, but it is a derby because it's Yorkshire team. You've got to stand up and show some pride in that game. Get thrashed 3-0, and that is unacceptable. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Where does it lie? Are you done with the football club? Season tickets? Are you going to bother? Like I say, I can't fault you if I do. You know, one of the 6 things we learned. I said, you know, I don't care what you do, but as long as you know you're making the right choice, and it don't bother me because I'll be getting one. But I'm considering whether it's the right, or if it's the right choice to do that. You know, because if you're doing it, you're basically back in the club. I could watch every game at home on iFollow, and the club aren't seeing that money, and that would be a better way to go about it. Tranmere Friday, I'll be going, but can I be bothered? No. I can't wait to go to Bauer. That will be a great game of football that I can't wait to see the result of. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new. Like I say, support's been unbelievable these last few weeks. Unfortunately, the video might do well again today because we got battered. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and have a good one.